Hi, I'm... Wait, I forgot the background music. Okay, now I can start. Hi, I'm not bored, never late, and totally prepared for the stream. No, I forgot very organized. I just practiced this so I wouldn't forget, and I still forgot. Okay, hi, I'm not bored, never late, very organized, and totally prepared for the stream. Heart of Unicornia! Even though I don't look like Heart of Unicornia. Because today, me and the random VTuber have traded VTuber models, and this time, it actually worked. See, there's not me behind me. Random VTuber, you should probably move so people can see you. Why is Heart hiding? That's not Heart. I just said that's not Heart. And also, Camille's here because she's actually on a chair beside me. So, Camille's here. She won't do anything though. What? Don't hide behind Camille! Heart of Unicornia would never do that. Wait, the random VTuber wouldn't talk. So I should just do this. That's boring though. The computer just said that the stream is going to be not very good because of something. Hopefully that's not true, because I don't know what it said. Heart of Unicornia! Don't hide behind Camille! Why are you hiding, princess? Do you hate us now? Yeah, Heart of Unicornia, why are you hiding? Because you're Heart of Unicornia. So you should be doing stuff that Heart of Unicornia would do. This is reminding me of the other stream where the random VTuber was Scarlet Crimson. Camille, are you leaving? No? It looked like Camille was gonna leave. Maybe she thinks it's annoying that I'm talking. Heart of Unicornia wouldn't do that. Everyone knows that outfit is only for... Wait, the background turned green. Does it do that every time? Or wait, do that again. I need to see something. Hey, Camille. Camille, say something to the microphone. And of course she didn't. Wait, did you do it again? I didn't see. I wasn't looking. I was looking at Camille. Anyways, do that again. I need to see something important. And Camille, you should say something to the microphone because you're here. And I need to prove that you're here. Cats never listen to people. So, do the thing again. So I can see it. Oh, yeah, that's happening too slowly. It's supposed to be faster than that. On mine it is. I can change into different people too. See? That was one of the example VTubers. Camille? Camille? Say something, Bailey. She won't. Of course she won't. Why am I even trying? Camille is obviously not going to do what I tell her to do. She's a cat. Right, Camille? You're a cat? So, you're going to agree with me by making cat sounds, and then I can still prove that you're here? Well, anyways. Wait, they're doing it, but you keep looking away. Oh, so all the times that the random VTuber didn't do anything, they actually did? Well, anyways, I don't have anything to do for this stream other than talk, so if that's boring, be bored, I guess. This random girl seems kind of similar. Which one? Camille? Obviously not Camille. I feel like this would have been more interesting if me and not Heart of Unicornia didn't look so similar, because we have the same mouth, the same glasses, all the stuff I talked about in the other stream. So once I make the other VTuber model, we might do it again. That is so weird how everything just turns green. Wait, there's two Camilles. The background Camille and the VTuber Camille. That's not right. Even the same powers. No. The random VTuber isn't from Unicornia. I feel like I've been streaming for more than 6 minutes, but I guess that's not true. Because it says it's been 6 minutes. Almost 7, but not quite. So Heart does have powers? Obviously, the planet Unicornia is a magical planet where there's magic, and I don't know what else I can say about it. It's just... Say what again? Now I feel like I said something I shouldn't have said. What did I say? The power of multiple personality disorder? No! And I used to do research about stuff like that, and first of all, it's not called that, and second, apparently you wouldn't know by thinking you're multiple people when you're my age, so it doesn't even matter. Because if I pretend to be red, that wouldn't even be what that would look like. So what Heart of Unicornia is supposed to be able to do is, first of all, turn into different people, which is how she's Heart of Unicornia, because originally she wasn't, and the real Heart of Unicornia is supposed to be dead, but really she's not. And then... What else was I saying? Stop commenting stuff, it's distracting me. Actually, don't stop commenting stuff. Comments are good. Comments are very good. I just need to think of stuff. I'm just not gonna look at the screen while I'm talking. Okay, so... Heart of Unicornia can change her face, which is why she is Heart of Unicornia, because the real Heart of Unicornia is supposed to be dead, but really she's not. I will not confirm whether Heart of Unicornia killed her or not. Also, she's not dead, so she didn't. And then, Heart of Unicornia can also fly. She does have wings sometimes, usually not, but she can have wings just like Claire, except they're butterfly wings. Red can too. Camille cannot. Camille cannot talk, even though she is a magical cat. She still makes cat sounds because I find it annoying when magical talking animals speak English, because obviously that is not how that would work. If you can communicate with animals, you can communicate with them by them making sounds and you understanding what those sounds mean, not them speaking English, and I've always hated that, and it's so annoying. Anyways, Heart of Unicornia can do regular magic stuff like making things float, opening doors without touching them. What else? I don't really know what else. Making a portal to Unicornia with a magical key. I am surprised by the fact that I do not know what kind of magic Heart of Unicornia would have. Of all the things to not know, I feel like I should know that. Make the VTuber float. Me? Or the other person? Like... that? It almost looks like I'm standing on something. If I was just a little bit lower, that would look bad. I'm supposed to make the other VTuber float? I can't do that. I can't move that one. Making more models than she can use. Yeah, one of Heart's powers is making too many VTuber models. Why am I talking as if I'm not Heart when I've always been Heart of Unicornia? Heart of Unicornia would not do that. That is not a Heart of Unicornia thing to do. Heart of Unicornia would stay where she was and not do that. There was more stuff I wanted to say. I was thinking about it today. I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about, and now I don't remember any of them. I made a video. It's on Instagram. That's kind of boring. What was I going to say about that? It's one of the ones that will be on YouTube once I have 3 of them, so I just need 1 more and then I'll make them all into one video. Because I feel like they're not very good as YouTube shorts. It just doesn't make sense for some reason. And I feel like altogether it would be better. Anyways, the costume. First I was Heart of Unicornia because I am, and then Scarlet for the second one, and the other one will be the other VTuber, and then after that I might do Freya and Claire. Freya would be pretty easy. Not sure about Claire. Haven't looked at any pictures of Claire recently, so I don't know what she looks like. Because I've been drawing Freya for stuff, but... Oh wait, no, Freya has a duck on her head. How am I going to do that? I forgot about the duck. Will you do one of the other VTuber? The random VTuber that I look like right now? Of course I will. And Camille, too. Once I figure out how to get a wig that looks like Camille's hair, because... What was I thinking when I drew that? I should have known I was going to try to make a costume of Camille someday. Sorry, haven't gone to Instagram, like, in months. Oh, well. I should probably put the stuff on YouTube soon. Hopefully I'll finish the 3rd one, and then they'll all be on YouTube. It's weird. I always don't use Instagram for anything ever, and then I end up putting stuff there, but that's the thing I use the least out of all the stuff I put things on, because there's YouTube. I use YouTube all the time. I listen to music and watch videos, but then I don't put everything I make on YouTube. I put some of it on only Instagram. I don't know why I would do that. That is not something that makes sense. Also, on Camille's YouTube channel, there is a post that has pictures of her. Go look at that. They're very good pictures. Nobody liked them on Instagram. And I'm sad about that because Camille is the most amazing cat ever. Why am I still floating? I think that's better. Never mind, that is too big. Okay, there. That's better. I think. I am very confused why the princess is so silent today. Well, I'm still Heart of Unicornia. I just look different. Also, I feel like this would have made more sense to do sometime in the future. Not right now. But since it didn't work last time, I had to try again. How many streams have I done with the random VTuber? I'm gonna look at my YouTube channel and count them right now. You won't be able to see it though. Okay, so there's the one I'm doing now, so that's 1, and the one before, that's 2, 3, 4. But then that one doesn't have the VTuber model, so that's just 3 with the VTuber model. The concert doesn't count. And then there was some stuff with Freya. The New Year's thing. Is that 4 or 5? I'll just say it's 5. And I think that was the first time. So, we need 5 more streams together before I make the other VTuber model, because I said 7 streams. Which means the next 5 streams are going to have the random VTuber in them. And hopefully all of them in the future forever. Because it's more fun to do this stuff when there's another person. Why are you behind me again? I wonder if I can actually... Nope, I can only move myself. Don't copy me! Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. That's the bad thing about other people. They just do whatever they want. That's why I'm an entire VTuber group by myself. Wouldn't it be funny if the other VTuber was actually me the whole time and nobody knew? The other VTuber is not me. Does it count if the other person doesn't talk? Yeah, kind of. I mean, it would be more fun if there was another person talking. Then I wouldn't have to think as much about what I'm saying. I could just respond to what they're saying and have a conversation, which is much easier than talking to yourself. Because then when I don't know what to say, there's just silence. However, there's still another person here. So that's better than nothing. And also, if the other VTuber was talking, it would be easier to figure out who they are, and you're never supposed to ever know. Because the whole point is that nobody knows who they are, or anything about them at all. I have made the weirdest VTuber group ever. If the other person was really the princess, it would have been actually quite the plot twist. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. Imagine though, that would be probably not even surprising. I'm already so many VTubers. And you don't even know about the ones that aren't related to Unicornia. Although, they don't really count because I deleted the videos. Because I made YouTube channels, made videos, and then deleted everything because I wasn't using them. Wanted to come back to Unicornia and only do Unicornia stuff. Maybe use sign language to communicate. VTubers can't usually move their hands. And I don't have a 3D VTuber model. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to move my fingers. Maybe I could move my hands, but that sounds expensive to be able to do that. Wait, that might actually be interesting. I wonder if anyone's ever made a sign language VTuber model where they can actually move their hands properly. Or maybe press buttons on a keyboard or something. Oh, every letter could be something you press to change the VTuber model thing. Like, you know how you can press the numbers and then it does this? Maybe you don't know that, but you can press numbers to change how you look. So imagine that, but you press the letter A, and then it moves your hands to do the letter A in sign language, and then you can do that as you're talking for every letter. That would be a lot of spelling the words. You couldn't have individual words because that's impossible with the number of things on the keyboard, but that would be interesting. Someone should do that. If the plot twist were real, I would feel like I was losing touch with reality and that the Princess's Madness was dragging me down. Well, it's not real. The person behind me is not me. And neither is Camille. Imagine if I was Camille, too. You should do that. I should make a sign language VTuber model? I don't know how to... Actually, I do know how to do that, but I don't like drawing hands, and that would be a lot of hands to draw, because you'd have to draw the hands in every position for every letter. That sounds horrible! Although technically you could trace a real person's hands. That would save some time, and then it would look better, because it would be easier to see how it's supposed to look. So anyways, someone else should do that. Someone who can draw hands better than I can and has more time than me and isn't me and doesn't hate drawing hands as much as I do, because that's the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. Oh, and also I don't know sign language, so... I feel like it is something I would do. Maybe. Maybe I could do it. Or I could have the hands hold up signs which have letters on them. Then I don't have to draw hands multiple times. How did you find the random VTuber? I don't know. They just showed up one day. They were just in my stream. Random VTuber, stop hiding behind Camille. Camille's sleeping. Now I want to make the sign language VTuber model. Or something like that. Maybe signs with words on them instead of having to draw the hands, because it could be like the hands in one position holding up a big rectangle with a word on it, and then I could just change the words and not have to draw a bunch of things. That could be interesting. But then you would have to know where all the words are on the keyboard. Although, I could do it with the most common words and then the first two letters. Yeah, I might do that. I feel like I have decided to do something I should not do. I feel like I'm going to regret this. I feel like I should not make a sign language VTuber model. But then I also feel like the best way to do it would be with the hands. I feel like that's a good idea. Because then the random VTuber could also say stuff, and I would have no idea what it means because I don't know sign language, but I don't know. That would be interesting. But then, does the random VTuber know sign language? Probably not. But then the letters are on the keyboard, so it'd be pretty easy to see what they are. Yeah, anyways, I think I am going to regret doing this, but I'm going to make a VTuber model where you can press things on the keyboard and then it'll either hold up letters or be sign language. I'm not sure yet. When I regret this and wish I didn't do it, remind me that it was completely my fault. I want to do the one with hands, it would look better. But then actual sign language, that sounds like a lot of drawing. And potentially animating if movements are equally important, because I know they sometimes are. That's a lot of work. What if you made Caramel the sign language interpreter? My cat does not know sign language or English. She cannot speak in English or understand sign language, so she would just be equally confusing. So anyways, I think I'm going to end the stream so I can figure out how to do that, because that sounds interesting. Heart of Unicornia, say some stuff to end the stream. I'm still Heart of Unicornia, that's still my job. So her name is Caramel? No! Her name is Camille. She is not Caramel. Camille is Camille. You can spell her name 3 different ways. She is not Caramel, or Chamomile Tea, Freya called her that once, or Chameleon, just Camille. I wonder what it looks like to watch me do this, like my actual face and my head. It probably looks really weird. Anyways, charcoal, no, Camille. Camille, wake up. You need to tell people your name. You can't do that because you're a cat. Why am I asking you to talk? Obviously you can't, you're a cat. Anyways, thanks for watching. I still don't know how to properly end a stream without it being just suddenly over. So anyways. There. Wait. Actually. What if I just leave? There. Heart of Unicornia. End your stream by yourself. Without me and without Camille. Because you're Heart of Unicornia. No, don't leave! Well, I guess the stream is ending itself.